Good morning. It's Tuesday, November 13th, and my 31st birthday. It's like 9:30. I've laid in bed. Got up really a couple hours ago. I've watched some YouTube and spent a good amount of time reading through Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Pretty much read the first chapter, which, even though I'm going to try and get through the book very quickly, and I'm not reading every bit to do a full review. Like, the first chapter is a lot of crunchy character options and such, so I basically did just read through all of it. It'll be the fluff and stuff that the world info that I kind of skim. But yeah, so I've had fun with that. Just been relaxing. This is the main reason I took off the day, is just so I could get up at my own pace and just be relaxed. But I did just get a message from my mom. She's up, ready for the day, and if I want to go get breakfast or lunch or go see a movie, I know she's wanting to celebrate the day with me, so I'll probably actually get up and get ready for the day and give her a message, go do something. Alright. And I got ready fairly quickly. Told my mom I'd be over there in a little bit. So I'm gonna start reading about the first guild that they list in that book, and then I'll head over to Mom's. Oh yeah, I forgot. It became winter yesterday. Ugh. That sucks. Yeah, headed out now. Headed over to Mom's. I'm really liking the stuff in that book. It is inspiring. It says, "Happy birthday, Adam." That's me. Son, you were born to be amazing. Okay. Well, I'll try. Because your birthday is such an important day, son, it's a good time to say that from the moment you were born, you've made life so much happier just by being your amazing self. Thank you. Oh, cool. The NES Classic. Which now opens up more old games to play.
Looks like fun.
Yes.
You invite me over and I'll play Zelda and Mario from when I used to know, and see if I can still remember it.
It's a very puffy card.
From your grandma.
Grandson, you bring so much joy to life. That was true when you were growing up, and it is just as true now, whether it's in person, in a call to say hi, or even just a good memory of you. Especially today, hope you know how much happiness you bring simply by being the wonderful grandson you are. Happy birthday.
She's
not here to tell you thank
she
you.
would like to go
Oh,
out
you
to
made it
breakfast
work.
with
You got it working. Cool. That is the D&D shirt when they did a support for a veteran aid, supporting their troops. So
Looks good.
D&D shirt for that. Ah, cool. Thank you.
I love you, sweetie.
I love you too. I'm gonna go get some lunch at Rancho Nuevo. So I technically got something different today. It's still a quesadilla, but it's like the lunch quesadilla. It has like more stuff in it, but there's only one of them, and there's rice on the side. So that's totally different. Totally. I'm not in a riot. I promise. Food was good, of course, though I must say that quesadilla was much messier than the ones I've gotten usually. Just, I don't know, with whatever's in it being different. There's things making it fall apart. Otherwise, we're gonna go see, I think Bohemian Rhapsody, the movies. But don't worry, if you've not seen it, I'm gonna put the, I'm gonna talk about it here. I'll put that at the end of today, with just a jump to the left. The step to the right puts us back here after seeing the movie. So if you want to see my opinions about that, just wait till the end of the day. I will say though, Movie Pass, even here more than a week after the movie, did not let me go see the movie with it. But I don't want to get, you know, I don't want to concentrate on down things like that today. So, just kind of waiting on my mom, and here in a minute or so, we'll be, I believe, heading to pick up Ethan. Gonna go out to early dinner, late lunch, whatever. Celebrate my birthday with family. There are a few places I thought about going for my birthday. Ethan preferred 54th Street Bar and Grill, and that's good because they got like a dessert I like, so that's what I like about here. They got good burgers too, but they got like a ice cream and cake thing that is good. And it's been a while since I've been here. I don't know if I've been since I've even vlogged. But this is 54th Street Bar and Grill. Yeah, everyone got food. We got, we got bacon pretzel burgers. I got pepper jack cheese. So, that's nice. Strawberries. I got an awful lot of spoons, especially for a cake that they even say, designed for one. I forgot to show you what's part of what's so cool about this.
I think the thing that irritates people about
it's got all sorts of syrup in there.
Come on, get in here.
Taking a picture. Now we won't forget.
By the way, I take 3. I don't know if you've ever
No worries.
noticed that anytime I take a picture of you or anybody, I take 3.
Did you finally get this? You always
Gives
get
you
1 out of
options.
3.
Alright, so that was fun. Got to hang out with family and have a good meal. And it feels like it's like the middle of the night, but I'm sure when it comes down to it and I get home, it's probably only gonna be like 6. So hopefully I'll still be able to get a couple things done. So I just got home. It's a little after 7 actually, so really it's later than I thought. I have less ability to do things today. I probably won't get a video edited. Maybe a little bit of one, but oh well. I do have to get my dad's present wrapped for sure, but I figure before I do that, let's open this up real quick. See this NES Classic. And so I already have the Super Nintendo Classic. I got that right when it came out. When the first one came out, I didn't know it was going to be so popular. I didn't jump on a pre-order, so I didn't get it. Fortunately, after the Super Nintendo Classic, they re-released this one. So of course we get our New Hampshire. Anyone that really cares saw this long ago, but it's still interesting to me. Setup and cool little poster here. Very neat. Did that before, and oh my god, this is it. I'm like, what is this tiny little thing? Oh, little buttons. Very cool, very cool. This one should just have a single controller. Although I believe technically I can use the Super Nintendo controllers that came with the other for this. So it doesn't really matter. Oh, wait, this is going to have that comically short control, that cable, isn't it? Let me see what people were always talking. Oh my god! Okay, because, you know, when this first came out, you know, you heard all the jokes about how silly the controller, the cable length was. But, like, they're not kidding. It's, you know, length of my arm at best. Wow. Oh yeah, and it has that classic Nintendo feel where like the corners jab into the palms of your hands and cause you pain. Yes. Oh, open, says me. USB for power, HDMI for video. Not sure if I really need to bother with either of those. I might just interchange it with the Super NES. In fact, I may, for the time being, leave this controller in here and just plan on using the Super Nintendo controller for it, because this one has a comically short cable and that sort of painful feel. But still very awesome. You know, I do the video game channel, and some of these games will be very cool to eventually put on there. Some of them, like, I look at like, oh, that would be so boring to watch, but I want to do it anyways. Like, The Adventure of Link. I've never beat that game. Actually, I don't think I've actually beaten the original Zelda. I got pretty close, but I think both of those, as a kid, I eventually gave up on. So just to do that would be kind of cool. But yeah, so excited to get that. So here I am, at the end of the day, back in bed, taking the opportunity to read a little bit more of Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. I wanna get through, to the extent that I'm reading through it, I want to get through it as quickly as I can. But I edited like part of a vlog, but I was like, it's my birthday, I don't want to stress out. I'm not going to worry about getting a new vlog out today. But I had a really, really fun day. I got to spend, the first thing, I usually wake up at 5:40 in the morning. I woke up slowly and really didn't get actually out of bed until 9:30. Between reading my book and just watching YouTube or laying around, I just had a really slow wake up, relaxing morning. That was important to me. That made it feel like a very peaceful day. And then from there, I spent time with Mom, went out to eat a couple times, rest the family. I'll see my dad tomorrow. But really, yeah, all that was great fun. And of course, I had a blast going to the movie. But it's getting late, and I'm going to end my day here pretty much. Maybe read a little more, but be going to bed pretty shortly, because I do have to work tomorrow. Of course, if you have seen Bohemian Rhapsody, with a bit of a time warp, we're back to the middle of the day, having just gotten out of the movie. Fabulous, I feel, is an appropriate word. So I'll say 4 out of 5. And so at this point, spoilers if you haven't seen Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm literally just including this at the end of the day, so if you've not seen the movie, come back after you've seen it and let me know what you thought, but I would recommend going to see it. It is the story of Freddie Mercury, lead singer of Queen, going from basically nobody to superstar. Of course, I was going to love it going in. I love their music.
Me too.
So that alone, I knew was going to be enough that I was going to enjoy what I was going to see. And I knew a lot of it was going to be just sort of the wild things that that went into making the music from the trailers and such. And then, of course, there's also a lot of just the drama of, that level of superstar. But also it was a lot to do with he's homosexual, and basically figuring that out, coming to grips with it, to other people, getting engrossed in the gay culture, of the 80s, getting AIDS. Figuring that out. I'm sitting there next to my mom. I'm sure that's gotta hit home with you. Her brother, I was young. I hardly remember, but my Uncle Dana was gay and very much in that culture. Most of my memories of him were of him sick and dying in bed.
That's right. Yeah.
I have one memory of him moving into a house, apartment, whatever, out in the city. I think he was living with a guy at that point. I feel like there was a recollection with that, almost the imagery that some of the gay, the 80s gay culture that is in the movie, brings to mind with him. Brought him to mind. But most of my memory of him was him dying of AIDS in bed. I remember him moving in, and I remember he had a fish tank with kittens. Which I assume was because they were moving stuff in and out.
It was.
But in my memory, there was a fish tank with kittens.
He kept a big reptile in there, but he had lots of cats. So
not at the same time, I assume. But I mean, that also. There were Freddie Mercury. The movie had lots of cats. The art direction. I mean, first off, I love period pieces, and they definitely had great things from, because it's mostly 70s, 80s is most of where the movie takes place. Not only does it have great fashion and just sort of the look of the period, which I love, it of course also has Freddie's look, which is something beyond just that. But it really was a wild ride.
I loved it.
Yeah. It definitely got emotional. A lot of his family ties. He had a religious family, and his father wanted him to do good, and of course this is a story of his life, but it's tied into being, a complete story, and it almost begins with his father like, what are you wasting your time with? Do some good in the world. And it ends with probably a 20-minute long concert. Like literally the last probably 20 minutes of the movie are a charity concert that they'd redone for the movie, where he showed to his dad he could use what he was doing to really do some good in the world. It was a great way to tie things together, and it was definitely a rise, with the celebrity drama. It was sort of a rise and crashing down, as he had quite the ego. But eventually he figured it out, and figured out his friends and family were important, and I appreciated it. I enjoyed it.
It's very good.
And I forgot to say it while reviewing the movie in the car, but while watching the movie, I quite enjoyed some of the ways they transitioned time and established locations during the concert tours, whether, cool 80s style visual effects, or through, the use of, we love you, and, each city, it was just a really cool way to do that transition. I quite enjoyed that and thought about that while watching the movie. But now I need to get on with the rest of my day, and you've already finished this day, so
I will say happy birthday, Adam.
thank you. And you can join me as my journey continues. Bye.